recap, right? Um, Last week, Chuck released LeCortesia, an unknown horror from the depths of the palace. He also blew up the bridge. Uh, the Luna brothers, Luca and Sirius, went to go find Zavis, and when they found Zavis, turns out he's not what they thought he was, and he wanted to cure them of their affliction. And then Tom went on a roller coaster ride with Delisle, the little hippo boy, but Chuck sent LeCortesia after Delisle, and Delisle slipped into LeCoretesia's hands, and that's where we were. So we're going to start off following Di and Tom 2. We're going to go to the DeLuna brothers to start off. And you guys were going to check on each other real quick, right? And like that was the process that you guys were going through?
Yeah. So, oh my god, setting the scene.
Yes,
Zaphis
you guys
left.
are in this. Yeah, Zavis just left through the back doors, through the front doors, I should say. These huge, like finely engraved stone doors, right? You guys are on your knees in the middle of the chapel, facing forward, facing this sort of big kaleidoscopic, like thing, floating orb in the middle of this chapel, and everybody has left except you two.
Well,
Gosh, my shoulder hurts.
yeah, it does kind of hurt.
How the... He got such a grip. How the hell did he do that?
Old man strength, apparently.
Ugh.
So we're still kneeling.
Yeah.
I stand up.
I'll send him too.
Cure our afflictions. Okay, that...
Are you sick? I'm not sick.
I don't think I am. Or, let's see, I don't got any weird lumps, don't I?
I don't think so. Do I? Nothing, alright.
What did he mean by that? Cure of afflictions.
I don't know. But part of me thinks now that everybody's worry about this guy might have been real. You know, there was the serf, and there was the chef, and the woman in the beginning, Rebecca, I believe her name was. They all kind of wanted to stay away. And I can see now that might have been the right choice. I
As
also
you
think,
say that might have been the right choice. At an angle coming from outside, a rainbow slices through the roof of the chapel. Okay? The roof begins to slide down the rainbow. Okay? Off the roof, down the side. Does that make sense to you guys? Are you getting a clear picture?
yeah, like come down.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's coming down this way. So it's not going to crush you, but it's coming down at an angle, right? The rain is now hitting this rainbow. So, you hear the word that was spoken earlier echo now over you from the top of this roof. And as it is said, like, run! It also goes backwards. Yeah. All right. Am I setting the scene?
Yeah, you are.
Okay.
Okay. You hear a barrage of metal hitting the side of the chapel to your right, and there are windows ahead of you and behind you, and through those windows comes a flurry of blades. Okay?
Shield.
you're like out of the way, right? Like
Okay, okay,
it's
okay.
window, you guys, window, and they come blasting through.
Okay.
And as you guys look up and around in sort of all of this chaos, you see piercing the clouds are these gargantuan, sort of kaleidoscopic spheres. And they're falling like precipitously quickly, and they are all directed immediately outside the chapel.
Can I see anybody that's gonna be crushed or hit
You'd
from
have
these
to
things?
look out the front doors.
Turn around. What's else? Ah. Hello?
You
What's up
yank
there?
open the front doors.
Yeah.
You see Zavis looking directly at you. Okay? Meteor after meteor strikes the area around him, and he falls forward. Fish coming out of his back as he is being eaten alive by one horror Nikarboki.
19 people?
I'm looking back. Oh my god!
Just
I-
add one to the tally.
Okay, Shit. Can I... Does he look dead? Like, immediately?
Oh yeah, he's like half of him is just like entirely eaten by fish.
Okay. What was in the door? Ugh! Is there anybody else in here? You said there was one of the guy touching the guy that got a heart exploded last time.
As you open the door and see Zavis, Alexandra Ramos, the kind of trollish looking woman in let me pull it up. Sorry, give me 1 second. A lot of tabs. The trollish looking woman in H7 enters the space. And she's dumbfounded.
Um,
Oh, shit.
she's in the chapel with us.
Yeah, and she's like in
Alright.
shock. Like she backed
Alright.
up. You opened the doors and she like backed up into the space with you.
Okay. Closing the doors. Warhammer and shield. What is your name?
What's the point of names? Nikarboki is free.
Nikarboki. Nikarboki.
Do strange things happen here all the time?
She grabs you by the collar and slaps you across the face and says, "We're fucked."
Calm down, calm down.
Jesus,
think
woman, I was just asking. a
Calm
simple
down.
question.
We're gonna be okay. Just stay with us.
There's a passage.
Okay.
There's a passage underneath the inflection point. We could try that.
Alright.
That would get us to the servants' quarters. Then maybe we could take maybe we could take a tunnel from there. But I don't know. Wherever there's water, there could be Nikarboki.
Alright. I can't quite deal with water, but I can deal with the strange. And this seems pretty strange. Lead us to this tunnel.
So sorry. What was the last thing you said, Si?
Lead us to the tunnel.
Okay. So she takes you underneath this like great sort of kaleidoscopic sphere that's in the middle of the chapel. She presses her hands down and then slides them in a particular fashion. And as she she puts her hands together and then she pulls her hands apart. And as she pulls her hands apart, this sort of secret door opens beneath this inflection point. And she says, "Come on, let's go." And she disappears down the tunnel.
Alright. I want to cast light on myself. Actually, no, I don't. Like that. I can see in the dark.
We can see in the dark.
Yeah, we can see in the dark.
All
Where's my
right.
thing at? Eyes and night. Is that what it is? I can see. I
Yeah.
can see in 300 feet in the dark. I can see forever.
Oh, wait, my character sheet.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna follow.
Okay, perfect.
Um,
We're gonna, while you guys are walking down that tunnel, we're gonna cut over to Tom. We're gonna cut over to Octavia. Okay, as choosing Creek, your next roll is a success. So, what do you want your roll to be? Like, give me a sort of idea of what you're wanting the roll to be.
Ooh, let's see. I could say I'd dive in and save the kid. No, I'm trying to think. All right, so the last thing that happened was the little kid with me like got sucked into a puddle.
Yeah.
I feel like right now, I mean, he's gonna be like, "Shit, that sucks." But I think in his mind, I'm outside, so would I see all the like meteor fireball thing off to where they were, or?
So for this first like maybe 2 minutes, you don't see anything, but like because you're 2 minutes behind time wise, right?
Okay. So I
Yeah.
think what I would be like Octavia would be like, okay, well that sucks, and that's a potential. It's like a potential, oh, that's a high ranking. So I think I'd like to find his mother,
Okay.
the like leader
So
of
you're
Chitterhook.
yes, yeah, Chitterloak, yeah.
Chitterloak, yeah.
Samsoni.
Yeah.
What are you going to be doing? Are you doing like a history check to know the layout of the palace so you can find her? Are you doing a investigation to try to hunt her down? Like, what's kind of the thing?
Yeah, I think keeping the theme of Crete, I'm just gonna like I'm hopping on my like my tensors because it's still active for another hour basically still. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
just hop on it and like ride it inside, and I'm gonna be like investigation, like grab a servant as they're being eaten. I don't care that they're being eaten. I'm just like, where is she? And just go
Where's
from there.
Samsona? Where's
Yeah, where's Samsona?
Samsona? Where's Samsona?
And then it's like I don't know, and be like okay, and just drop him, let him fall into the puddle, and just go to the next person as like all this chaos is erupting around him.
Is we will have you, because it's the first roll and you get to decide and everything like that. What we're going to have you do is you are headed in the rain towards towards the palace. Your tensor's disc kind of slams in to the side, and you sort of very coolly hop through a window like a badass. And you see this fish person, like a kuatao, or however you pronounce it. I'll pull him up in a second. You see this fish person, this one, who the reason I took him off the grid was because guess what? He's about to die. You immediately, like with your investigation roll, you recognize him right away as an immediate servant of Samsona. He is like well dressed and has pins and medals adorning his chest. And you grab him, and what do you say?
I just where's your master? Where is Samsona?
He sort of reaches back and says, "Nakabuki is free."
Yeah, I don't care about that. Where is your master?
Most likely she's in either the throne room or her sleeping quarters.
All right.
Can you heal
perfect.
me?
Yeah, hold on 1 second. I like keep the I have my disc float in and I hop up on it, and then I just kind of like to hop up on it. I kind of jump on his face and push him down further, and to get on it, I'm like, all right. Thank you for the information. This won't be in vain. And then I just take off on the disc.
Okay. Perfect. Okay, so where are you headed? Are you headed to the throne room? You headed to
I'm gonna head to the
first
throne room
sleeping
first.
quarters? Okay, you headed
I'm
to
gonna
the
do the
throne
throne
room.
room first, yeah.
Okay. As you float over this path to the over the like through the hallways to the throne room and what have you, you manage to see just like a ton of half-eaten corpses. The floor is at times like there are these sort of spots and waves where it is shiny from some sort of thick black liquid. Other times it seems like there are puddles of water. It just truly looks like a mess, but it is an unmitigated nightmare. You get to the throne room. This is the horror throne room, not the real throne room. Doesn't look like this. This is the kind of horrified version. You get to the throne room and you see Samsona sitting on the throne, but with her feet picked up. She's not gonna step on the ground this particular moment.
So she's just kind of like sitting up on the throne, like holding herself
Yeah.
off the floor.
Yeah.
I'll just float my way over. Hello, Samsona. Your greatness.
We're both not going to make it out of here alive. So you should let go of your disc and drop to the floor and give me a way to get out of here.
I float back like 40 feet-ish. I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, if that's your attitude, well, no. And your son is dead. Anyway, bye, I guess. and I will shoot a firebolt at the throne.
What?
Well, if she's trying to, I don't want to. She could die.
Base as hell.
Okay. Yeah. Like, how much damage does the firebolt do?
I'll tell you in 1 second. Uh, 7 fire damage.
7 fire damage? And, like, where on the throne are you aiming?
Like the lower chair part, so it kind of catches.
Okay. So you slam this firebolt into one of the legs. It knocks the whole bench kind of at an angle, and she quickly has to, like, get up and, now she's standing on the bench, which is creaking under her weight. And she says, oh, touche. You said something about my son.
Ah, okay. So now we're gonna see reason then. Perfect. Yeah, your son he fell into a puddle of some kind.
The carbo key.
I cannot confirm or deny. I didn't see any of the horrors that I'm seeing here, but more than likely, yes.
Okay. How much gold would you like?
I don't need gold, but if you can get me my research on time, then I can maybe fix this.
What school were you a part of previously?
It was more private studies. As you can imagine, the very nature of studying time magic isn't highly looked upon.
So who would have your study material?
I dare not speak that man's name in this court. Instead, I
Alright,
will say
so-
he's a great betrayer, a destroyer of friendships. I don't know. My young brain is rattled.
All right. The only way you're getting that research is if you help me survive.
I don't mean this in any poor regard, Your Highness, but how much do you weigh?
Wait.
My disc can only carry so much, so.
Well, damn.
I mean,
Thought I was going to get
theoretically,
out of this alive.
Hold on, if you spread yourself, like lay on it, surface area-wise, you thus increase and distribute your weight to the point where you may be able to kind of use my disc?
I weigh 1,000 pounds.
Okay, hold on, let me do some math.
Pulling out the abacus.
I mean, basically. Oh, then you could easily fit on this.
Okay. Great.
I mean, it'll be a little rough, but just lay down flat, and then I'll like sit on you, and we'll both be all right.
Okay.
Perfect. Because I need to be with it, otherwise it will 100% like disappear, and then you'll fall into whatever madness is going on here.
Right. There is a secret passage in the main entranceway. It's right to the right of the main doors, entering, left on our side. If you want to drop me off there, then I can do what needs to be done to contain the Carbo Key again.
Sounds great. I'll basically like shimmy myself so that she can like slide onto the disc while I get onto the chair, and then once she's slid onto it, I'll like sit on top of her essentially.
Okay. And you go floating your way through. Where are you headed? Are you going to follow her directions to the secret entrance, or what's going to happen?
I'll follow what she's saying. Basically, yeah, I'll like follow it and I'll just kind of make small talk like, I came with some compatriots. I'm pretty sure they're all dead by now. They didn't really seem like they could handle this kind of thing, but it's not really the worst case scenario if they die. One was a rat catcher, I think he said, so totem pole wise, it's kind of low.
Wow. Samsona like nods along heartily. Like she totally gets totem pole logic. That's like sort of straight up her alley. So yeah.
I'll be like, I tried to save your son, but whatever that was, like, gone in a second. But if we get my research, I may be able to do an experiment which will reverse all of this, and then, well, everything will be good.
So what were you doing with my son exactly?
Damien kind of just like looks off to the side like, we're riding a roller coaster.
You were riding a roller coaster with my son. Were you supervised? Because you seem to be a child.
Yes, we were supervised.
Give me a deception roll on that.
Oh yeah, here comes my charisma, baby. That's a solid 0.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, she looks at you and she goes, "Oh, that's very nice to hear. It's very nice to hear you were supervised."
Yep. It was totally fine. So we rode it many times.
Incredible. So you guys, you get closer to the sorry. I know, no green on St. Patrick's Day. It's a crime. So you guys get closer and closer to this door, and as you approach, oh, okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Samsona, in an absolute blur, hits you on the side of the neck, and you are temporarily paralyzed. You just like you
Alright,
just
hold
Silver barbs.
on.
You're lucky.
I do have lucky
That's a
and
plus
silvery
16.
barbs.
Judo
Let's go.
chopped you.
That was a plus 16.
I don't think she can't hit you. I think you're.
Yeah, that's even if she just rolled, unless she rolled a nat 1. Even then, theoretically, it's 17. But a nat 1, I would need her to roll.
yeah. A nat 1 is a nat 1. Like you failed at that point. Yeah.
Do I risk it for the biscuit though? You know what? I would rather something other than a nat 20. So I'm gonna silvery barbs it.
Okay.
And I'll give myself advantage just because.
Holy
What?
Oh,
Fuck.
This is like the book page all over again.
Oh yeah. The polymorph.
Oh,
Oh,
my
He
god.
goes to strike you. What do you do?
I just grab her hand and I'm like, I have seen the future at times. I have witnessed
At
nations fall. You think you can hit me with this paw thing? I just throw her hand back at her. And you know what?
Wow.
I'm gonna roll to slap her across the face.
Okay, roll.
I guess I'll just roll
Jack.
it.
Crazy.
Yeah.
You're
Enough
like,
to be woman.
What are the odds of
I
that? Getting
checked, but
nat
I think
20
your
than a
AC
nat
is like
1.
23, so like you're gonna have to roll high.
Yeah, like 2.5 or something like that. Or like
With advantage, nat 20, 21. Doesn't
You got
hit
a nat
technically,
20?
I got a nat 20.
Oh
Okay, roll for
my
damage.
god.
The damage is gonna be 0. I cannot do any damage with it because my strength is that shitty.
Okay.
So
It's a flick on the
it's
forehead.
more just the insult that she would try to, and I'm just like returning this back.
Wow.
That is a power play.
This
Holy
is
Yeah.
crazy, guys. This is a crazy exchange. Okay.
Like as I smack her, I lean in and I go, "I have seen your nations fall, and it happens under your rule." And then I just like jump off and like let go of my tensor's disc so that it just dissipates and she falls to the ground.
do they?
Well, as you strike her, she like does a backflip.
Oh, okay.
Because she's like nimble and cool and she's super talented,
That's-
right? So like you smack her and she like rolls with it, right? Like
Yeah.
and as she like gets to the wall, she kind of presses up against it and it leans backwards and she like the whole wall kind of collapses behind her and she looks at you and gives you one of these and then one of these and she departs and the secret wall sort of recoalesces really quickly. And she's on her merry way. So before
So
we
then-
get to Chuck,
In that case, I
to
won't-
Chuck, what?
Yeah. I was gonna say in that
No,
case,
go
then
for
I won't dispel like my tensor. I'll stay on it, kind of thing.
Okay.
I'll just
Okay.
use
Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. We are going to now cut to a scene in Vesulia Nandria's nest. He is sleeping and he wakes up temporarily to push some bones from the many cows that he ate that night out of his nest. And as he's pushing the bones out, he hears as the bones land not only on the hard surface of the sort of brutalist floors, but they also land in a sort of pool of something. Vasily and Andrea looks down at the black puddle that has coalesced beneath his nest. Eyes go wide. He looks up to the sky, to the ceiling, and lets out a beam of black energy that pierces through the ceiling, all the floors above him in the palace, through the clouds, and even as we follow this beam up, it pokes a hole straight through the moon,
Holy
and
shit.
continues on into the universe. Vasily and Andrea, like long snaky body, begins to pull its way out of its nest, but like string or like a wave of fish with fur and goat's eyes have jumped and sort of climbed each other in a way up to the nest where they have Vasily and Andrea's bottom left leg in the maw of a gigantic furry tuna. He begins to pull on his own leg as if to pull it off himself. When a sort of a school of Kandiru, which is a sort of parasitic vampire fish from the Amazon, a school of them begin to swim up his cloaca and gnaw and tear at his flesh from the inside, and then ultimately make their way to his brain, where they just devour everything and explode like a steam down his spine, leaving just a sort of shocked and frightened head with no eyes, and just a body that is just skin and bones. And with that, we are going to cut to you, Chuck. What is Jular doing? What's Jular up to?
So, are we like 10 minutes behind, or is it like the current time? Has everything up till now happened?
So you just released Nekarbal-Key,
Okay.
and Nekarbal-Key just disappeared below the rocks, the sort of stones.
So I have no knowledge of what has happened after. Like
No knowledge.
Okay. I think it's nighttime outside, right? It's like midnight.
Yeah.
I think Jular is gonna sit at the foot of the broken bridge, looking out across the way, however long the bridge is. It seems infinitely long to him. And he's gonna start crying, very softly at first. It ramps up to like a sob. He's gonna try and pace around as this wave of guilt and dread washes over him, overwhelming him. He's gonna throw up on the ground, just in total shock, and he's just gonna collapse in his own pool of vomit and just sit there crying, and sort of like whispering to himself, trying to calm himself down. And he's gonna sit there until the morning. He'll probably pass out from the tears. He'll wake up, but still without the energy to move, paralyzed there.
So as you're crying, you hear this kind of warped voice from the water below. Give me a perception roll.
Let's see if I get any of that Tom luck.
Send in your way.
Oh,
19.
20.
19. So
19.
Nice.
Damn. Okay. You see the head of Modestia, but her eyes are gone.
okay.
She calls up to you and she says,
I think Jular's gonna keep crying, and and he'll like turn his head to see what made the noise, but I don't think he's gonna verbally acknowledge it.
oh, Modestia's voice was down here, right? She was like, hey. Yeah. So you hear a hello, and you don't acknowledge it.
I just kind of like turn my head towards the sound of the noise, like to the location of the noise, but I think responding back is out of his mental capacities right now.
Okay. Modestia snakes upward to be at your level, but with that 20 perception, you can see like underneath her skin, it's like writhing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna still on the ground, still like in the fetal position. I'm just gonna like slowly like inchworm myself to the edge, and look and see what's happening. Like try and like just be like just grunt in an unintelligible word towards them and just be like.
She like this thing that has Modestia's form says, "What's wrong?"
Just drag me to the bottom of the lake and leave me there.
What? I could never.
I killed so many people. I didn't. I did a terrible thing.
What's that?
I destroyed this bridge. I sentenced tens of thousands of people to a terrible death.
You did nothing wrong.
I think I'm literally the only one to blame for all these people dying.
This claw comes up and like pets you, but the joints are clearly fucked up and like the claw itself doesn't move, so it just kind of like scrapes across you and goes, there, you did the right thing.
I think Jular is gonna crawl to the edge and try to jump off. Not jump off, but like just roll off the side of the bridge.
Okay. This Modestia creature is gonna catch you.
Okay.
And bring you up to her face, and from your new perspective up close, you can see these like fish hanging out her eye holes and these fish inside of her gullet, like operating her mouth, and she says, I can't let you die. I love you.
I think the waterworks are back on again. He's now back to like fully sobbing instead of like the tired crying. He's just gonna go, how can I make this better? How can I help everybody? I don't want to live this life anymore. This is terrible.
Do you really want to know?
Yeah.
Promise me you won't laugh.
I don't think I could.
I'd like your crossbow, please.
It just materializes in his hand as he offers it up in a very like ceremonial fashion. Just like take it, like shaking.
Okay. Modestia's other claw goes up, and like from her claw emerges like a school of fish who grab the crossbow, and this giant head with all these fish. These like fish emerge and begin to like peck at your cheek.
Okay.
And Modestia, like this thing, puts you back down a safe distance away from the edge, leans forward real close, and just opens its maw, and a cacophony of like fish gulping and sort of like the noise it makes together says, "You've done a good thing. I love you." And then Modestio bursts into like an array of fish, and they all are sort of swarming in the air and falling through the air. And then the crossbow shoots a straight black arrow that's huge as it's falling straight into the air. The clouds open up, and you can see from your perspective heaven. You can see the plane of the angels and the gods above you as this bolt shoots through into the sky, and all of the puddles around the castle and in the water and all the furry fish all sort of swarm into like a cone that shoots up after this arrow, and it sort of takes everything with it.
I think. Oh god. Okay. With that, I'm definitely feeling better from what I think just happened. I think it because what I think Jular's thinking is immediately he's like, either these fish are now like they're like invading, or they're all just being funneled up and being taken away, like as this like terrible thing has been sealed away in heaven. So I think Jular, and I don't know if that's right or not, but I think that's what he thinks right now. So he's going to re-materialize his crossbow back to like a form that he can use with the Pact of the Blade, and then he's going to sheath it back, and he's just going to walk into the palace and just slowly go to his room. Just slowly walk up to his room.
Okay. You do that. We're gonna cut back to the DeLuna brothers, who are sprinting through the tunnels underneath the castle. Yeah, like what at this point, what is your goal? What are you trying to do? You like this point, all of Nekarbal Key has gone up into heaven. You don't know that though. You're like still. You guys are still sprinting. Yeah.
All right.
Come up with a plan yet?
Got nothing.
I got nothing either.
I think we should get everybody out of this palace, though. What do you think, H7?
Oh, Alexandra. Oh, you don't know her name yet. You don't know her name yet. You don't know her name yet. She says, I'm thinking. We just need to get to high dry ground, whatever that is.
Ground. Okay. Out of
The
the palace?
temple
Can we
is
get out of the palace?
many, many levels tall. We could probably get there. The servants will be having some sort of fete at this point, some sort of large gathering, a party to celebrate the night's success. Maybe we could use that as a distraction to get up to the top already. How does that sound?
I think we should take as many people as we can first. Right?
Many people is better than no people.
Oh, yeah.
I agree with this one. And she points to Sirius. Any people is better than no people.
I agree.
And she continues to sprint.
Okay.
So, as you guys are sprinting, you get to the temple. Let me pull it up. Let me pull up the map. I don't have an inside for the temple, unfortunately, so that's my bad. That's my bad. So you guys get to the temple here, which is an old Joquatlan temple. It's before this empire existed, but the rulers of LeCortesia decided to make this space the space for the palace, just in order to, appease the Joquatlans who remained. So you guys are right here at this temple, and as you approach, you hear this like booming rave music, like boom, 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 boom. Uh, what like are you guys going to continue through like a side passage to the palace? Are you going to follow Alexander Ramos up the to the temple? What's the sort of plan that you guys are having at this moment?
Darius, what do you think? Palace of the temple.
Palace of the temple, palace of the temple, palace of the temple, palace of the temple. The indecisiveness is kicking in.
I am going to use the homing pigeon, and I want to send a message to Octavio.
Okay, what's the message?
Dearest Archmage, hope you are doing well. We're kind of fucked out here. NGL, how are you doing? Still alive? Question mark. I'll fold it up and I'm gonna throw him.
Okay. So we're going to cut over to Octavio now, who you, Octavio, have just seen. You're floating around on your disc, right? You see this, like, it looks like somebody's vacuuming or the entire palace is being tilted in one direction, although it's not. But that's just sort of what the floor looks like, because all this viscous fluid is like rushing out towards the front doors. And along this sort of rushing fluid, you see the dead or unconscious body of one Delisle of Chitalogue.
Oh, the little boy.
Yeah.
If I slam the disc, like if I kind of hop off the disc and slam it down like straight, would that serve as like something he can like thump into, essentially, whether he's alive or dead?
That's cool. That's cool. I like that. Yeah.
Perfect. Then I'm gonna do that, and at the same time, slip out a vial and try to collect a little bit of this liquid.
Okay. Perfect. Okay, so you slam down this thing, and Delisle's limp body sort of slams into this, and he just sort of sits there. His mouth is sort of slightly underwater at this point, and there is a sort of gentle, like, breath to it. Right now, you get a homing pigeon from Luca that says,
Oh shit. Hey, how are you? We're kind of fucked. NGL. Are you still alive? Question mark. Luca.
He's looking over at Luca. Who the hell is Luca? Oh, he must be one of those guys. Yeah. NGL though. These damn young people and their slang. Okay. You go back to him. Say, I'm fine. Lots of people are dead. Ha ha ha. But not me. Also, I think all the whatever this thing was is retreating, or it's going somewhere. KKTVW? I don't give it, whatever you can, and I just throw it off.
okay. It from your perspective, you see it like flies into the horizon, but there is no horizon because you're inside. So it just kind of disappears and gets smaller and smaller and smaller until it's gone.
As it's doing that, I'm like, oh shit, I forgot to tell them I'm in the palace. Oh, damn it. Anyway, whatever. They'll live.
Luca and Sirius, this bird flaps its wings. It seems to be coming from out of the wall, and it's so very small, like it's so far away, but then it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and then it says exactly in Octavio's voice,
Speak,
I'm
bud, speak.
fine. There are lots of people dead everywhere. But like anyway, it looks like whatever this thing was is retreating or it's going somewhere. You should be totally fine. KKTWG, whatever. I don't know slang. There you go. And then there's like a long delay, and then like you just faintly hear, "Ah shit! I forgot to tell him I'm in the palace."
ATW, whatever. Okay.
okay, so Luca and Sirius, what's the plan?
All right.
It's fine now.
Archmage is fine. I'm gonna put it with a bird. If this creature or whatever's causing this is retreating, we might not need to cause a panic in the temple then.
It's all about that.
H7, one more time. I think, in best interest of everybody, do not cause a panic, please.
I'll do my best. If your friend
Alright.
is right that
Trust him.
LeCarblacky's gone, then shit, there may be bigger things that we have to deal with.
Yes.
Zavis is dead.
Yes.
Who knows what other members of the Council of Six have gone?
That's true. What is your name again? I never got it.
Oh, Alexandra.
Alexandra.
Sergio,
Pleasure meeting you. Luca. My brother Sirius.
pleasure to meet you.
I see we keep in touch. I don't know how many people know of this recent revelation, but the few that know are probably the better.
Okay. I'll go see what's going on in the temple then.
Okay.
Do you here take one of these, and she gives you like a sending stone, but it's like it's strictly between you and her. It's like a one-way communication sort of situation.
I got her phone number.
And Sirius, you got one too. So the two of you can communicate with Alexandra.
Sending stone.
And then put parentheses to Alexandra.
Okay. So, price is averted. All right. Good luck, Alexandria. If you need us, call for us. We
Just
will be
Alexandra,
on
but
our way.
okay.
Yes, Alexandra. I'm sorry.
And she heads up the stairs, up into the main part of the temple with this sort of boom, 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 thrumming bass, rave kind of vibe. And she sort of lets you on your way.
I think we should head our way to the Palais. Yeah.
Right. As we're walking, it's kind of strange how they just like retreated all of a sudden.
Yeah. Especially considering how Zaphis seemed to be such a powerful wizard, to just be taken out like that is quite concerning for whatever beast or monster or person did this.
Serious, mysterious indeed. I can't even find like pinpoint where to begin such bizarre situation.
Yes.
I need you to both roll luck rolls.
Both luck.
Both roll luck rolls.
Am I blind?
13. It's just 20. A d20.
Yeah, you just roll
Oh,
a
just a
d20.
20.
There's no actual like luck.
Oh.
per se.
What?
You didn't roll that when you were doing your character creation? Damn.
All right,
Five.
Sirius. As you are like running down the hall to the palais. It goes dark immediately. Like your night vision, your dark vision goes out. You trip and like fall and kind of fumble a little bit. But then all of a sudden it's back and you can sort of see around you.
Ugh.
You all right?
Spell, what the hell is that?
Are you all right? Normally you don't stumble. Are there rocks in these floors?
Are my boots on too tight? They got a rock in my shoe? Oh, take off my shoe.
That's odd. Don't go falling on me. We're in dangerous territory right now. We're heading to the
Okay.
palace.
Okay, you guys keep running towards the palace. You are running and running and running, and then all of a sudden, you find yourselves in like you hit a wall, and as you run closer to the wall opens up to reveal the front entryway, where you see Octavio and Delisle, sort of Delisle unconscious, face half in the water, Octavio standing above him, shouting after a pigeon, like, "Oh, damn it, like, oh, this fucking pigeon, fucking shit."
Archwizard, and we're gonna run to him. What's going
So
on
we're
here?
going to cut back while you're doing that. We're going to cut back between the time that that you got the pigeon and them arriving is like maybe 4 minutes. It's really not that long. Is there anything in particular that you do, Octavio, in that time?
I would have. Octavia would have been like, I guess I owe the kid something, and he would have like dragged him out of the water to the best of his ability, and then tried light resuscitation efforts.
Okay. Can you give me a medicine check?
I do like a mage hand and have that like do it for me.
Okay.
But I'll
Then
gladly give him medicine.
Yeah, give him medicine.
I forgot I built him in roll 20, so I'll roll there now.
Perfect. Oh, okay. You push on his chest with your mage hand. A little water comes up. He's very groggy. He kind of looks up and says, "Is this hell?"
Kind of. In a weird way, it feels like it could be. But I'm here, so it must be heaven.
Finally, some respite. Finally, some respite from that foul beast.
Foul beast. Who's the foul beast?
The one I've heard about from my mother, Nakabuki.
Okay, I thought you were talking about me for a second. I kind of like kick him like a little. Come on, you're a hippo. You can deal with water.
All right, and now Sirius and Luke are there.
Yeah, like as you guys shout, I kind of turn. Oh, the two of you are alive. Great.
Yeah, nothing a little darkness and meteors can't kill. Anyway,
Darkness,
going on here?
meteors.
It's been a rough couple
Not
minutes.
much. Just bringing this guy back to life. My specialty.
Ah,
And I
see.
look out the window and I go, oh, well. And I see a well out there.
Okay.
Have you seen our fourth companion, the rat exterminator?
Unfortunately, he's probably dead.
Well,
There's been so many.
Yeah.
There's so many bodies everywhere. I've been unable to start identifying them all.
I'm gonna pull up my my pigeon again. Hey,
What are you gonna say?
buddy. Hope you're doing well. I am with Octavio and Sirius. Catching rats?
Okay. Off that goes.
As it's going off,
Yeah.
I go, "You forgot to tell him we're in the goddamn palace."
Did you catch that pigeon?
The pigeon does like a loop-de-loop, releasing a ton of feathers, and like as it comes back around, it hits the feathers that have fallen and bursts into a greater sort of array of feathers, and it has disappeared from the palace entryway. Jular is sitting in his room trying to sleep when he hears a pigeon appears within his room, does look like a slew of feathers do a loop-de-loop and coalesce into a pigeon that sort of came out of nothing. It sits on the side of your bed and says,
Hey, Jular. How are you doing? I'm fine. With Octavio and Sirius. Catch any rats?
and then it explodes. It explodes and then recoalesces, and it says,
Oh, god damn it, you forgot to tell him we're in the palace.
and then
Did
it
you catch that
explodes again.
pigeon?
I'm gonna say, trying to catch some Z's, man, with a bunch of N's. Where are you guys at? Oh, the palace? Oh, sick, cool. Yeah, the palace is pretty big, so I'll just go to the entrance of the palace. I can't really sleep too much right now. Feeling kind of blue. What about that black shit? Crazy, huh? And then it'll send it off.
The bird
Easy, huh?
reappears, sends its little message to you guys. Yeah, do you guys respond?
He's been sleeping this entire time.
What's going on?
Very
Looks like he
odd.
had a job to do.
Maybe I should go talk to him if he needs any.
Well, if we're gonna go talk to him, let's help this kid up, bring him with us. He needs, his mom's doing something, but at the minimum, I'll watch the kid until she gets back, and before she can kill me, at least I have a hostage. I mean, at least we have ensured his safety.
Okay, I like that. Helping the children, very noble of you, Archwizard.
Yeah.
I think you're a great companion, and I really much enjoy. I enjoy your company.
You can't even say it with a straight face.
I'm having a weird sense of deja vu.
Yeah. Well, I like help my friend up, my little kid friend over here.
All right.
He
Is
like
he-
sort
is
of
he conscious?
stumbles.
He's conscious,
What?
right?
Yeah.
I'll prestidigitate a lollipop in his hand. There you go, buddy. Feel better. It's like you've been
He
to the
waves it
doctor's office.
around.
All right, let's go see Jular. We're gonna go see our friend Jular. He's a rat catcher, and apparently he was sleeping this whole time.
Seems a bit fishy, says Delisle, and everybody has a good laugh.
A little inside.
Good one.
Somebody cut to
Love
commercial,
your
please.
positive attitude about everything.
Okay, so you guys are going to the bedrooms, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we would know where Jular's. We know they placed him opposite me, essentially, in that get-up thing.
Yeah.
Then yeah, I mean, as long as you guys are cool with it, I think we go finally get back together and get down to some answers about what the hell just happened.
Where are you?
Also,
Nice.
everybody,
In that
face
bed.
forward and pay no attention to all the dead bodies on the way.
Wait. Sorry,
As you walk, through the vestibule up to the bedrooms, you do see dead bodies around. People in very noble getup, the fanciest of the fancy, servants themselves. Nobody's been spared. a lot dead, but not everybody. Some people are just in shock. Some people have limbs that have been bitten off that are just bleeding out. It's a real sort of mixed bag. Anyway, you get to each other and you find each other, and you're in Jular's bedroom, or you're at his door. I'm not gonna put you in his bedroom. You guys are at his door.
I look. Oh, okay. You guys want to knock? Yeah, that's fine.
Right.
You hear like a, like his like head's in the pillow, and he's just it's like being muffled.
Are you in here, Jular?
Hey, man, are you
We don't
alright?
know. As you guys are like going to open it, hold on a second. Be careful. We don't know. With everything that's gone on, this could be like a fish monster Jular. You know, who knows what's going on around here.
Hammer. I'm ready.
So, you know, just be ready. We'll kill him if we have to, but otherwise, maybe it's just he's just been sleeping.
You
Let's
walk
see,
in
let's see.
and you see Jular fully clothed in like vomit like stains on his shirt. His eyes are like red from crying, and he's just laying on a made bed. So he hasn't undone the bed or anything. He's just laying face down in the pillows on a made bed.
Yeah.
And he's just like, "Hi guys," with the muffled sound from the pillows.
What happened to
What?
you?
Yeah,
Man.
exactly.
My ex-girlfriend called and she broke up with me. Now ex-girlfriend.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Can I'll roll a deception.
I'm gonna walk towards the window as I look outside. Well,
12.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Well,
And I see a well outside, and I guess I'll roll insight to see.
Yeah.
oh shit. I believe you. Well, you know, times can be tough, and I'm gonna give you guidance. I'm gonna pat you on the back. You know, it's
Oh,
times like these that really make a man stronger, you know? I think you'll be okay. Just maybe change some clothes. We have an issue in the palais, and I think you are gonna be needed.
As you say that, Jular gets up, materializes a hand crossbow, and points it at Delilah's head. And he's like, "I have to fucking kill this kid! I don't want to kill this kid right now!"
wait, I'm gonna do a bit. He's not in the room yet.
Oh, is he not in the room yet?
No, he's outside with like a
Oh.
lollipop. But like as Sai finishes his like as he's finishing that, I then go, "Oh, we have a friend, by the way," and like I'll walk over, like, come on with me. Don't I know you're a little shy sometimes, my friend, but I want you to meet someone. And that's when you see little hippo kid next to me.
Yeah, I think he was getting up, and now he
Hello.
sees the kid. He goes, "Ah!" He's like crying, and he's like, "I have to fucking shoot this kid."
What?
Whoa,
What's your issue?
He's in front of him. I'm like, whoa,
Let's
buddy,
fight,
what are you talking
crossbow.
about?
Oh, whoa.
He goes, "My dad told me to kill this kid, or he's gonna kill 100,000 people."
Well, then don't. Just your dad. We can kill your dad, and he won't kill anyone.
No dads getting killed, and no children getting
No
killed.
one should
Well,
have to
100,000
die
people
anymore.
versus a child. Come on, guys. It's easy math.
I'm not very smart, first of all. But I know that 1 in 10,000 don't quite equal up. So,
Math was never my strong suit. You might be right there.
He goes, "If I don't
might
kill him, they're gonna send somebody else to kill him, in a more terrible way than I tried to kill him. And it's better if we just get this over with now."
Who told you
So you-
this?
The angels, man.
the angels.
The
What?
angels.
Are you high?
No, and he points to his infinity sign above his head, and he goes, "The angels."
I get it. Angels told you. Sure, yes.
No, I'm literally an angel. And like his
I
eyes
believe
shoot
you.
out with like glowing light, and like it's like almost like a halo around him of like light appears, and he's like, "I'm literally an angel. There's angels that are trying to kill this kid."
I look at the brothers, and I'm just like, I'm an angel too, and I press the digitate like light coming around me. See, look, and they say kill.
What was it?
I'm gonna speak in celestial.
No, wait,
Calm
wait,
down.
wait.
Calm down. Oh,
Where the
what do you
fuck
what do you
did I put it? Where the hell did I use it? Do I have it saved? Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna speak in celestial. I'm gonna say, calm down, calm down. I have,
I don't speak celestial. I
I
speak
have.
primordial. So
Oh shit! Well, I'm speaking celestial to you.
is it kind of like
Calm
Portuguese
down.
and Spanish? Is it kind of like? Is there some words that you could relate?
Yeah.
Okay.
All you hear is down, down, down. Calm down, calm down. There's no need to make any rash decisions now. And I'll speak back in common. Why does your dad want this kid dead?
Because, and I speak in like primordial, like the great infinity wants this child of deceivers and monsters dead, for he will slew hundreds of thousands of civilians.
Sorry, one more time. I didn't quite catch that.
I start speaking Draconic. I have no idea what's going on, but we're all talking different languages. Comes out like Russian or something.
Just comes as like, the angels told me to kill this kid so he doesn't kill more people. It's like a greater good sort of thing, like a trolley problem, but on like a generational scale.
Generation scale.
But look at him. I like look back and he's like just sitting there. Probably.
And I go, I know, that's why I didn't shoot him. Look at him. He can't do anything.
Yeah, he's just a. I mean, no offense, but he's like what? Well, you said you were how old again, kid? Because your body and all the other 9 yards.
624 years old.
Exactly, and in like years, that's not very many.
They've never been wrong before. All these
But what
visions
if?
I've seen. Yeah, the what if. I know. That's why I'm still deciding. I don't know what to do.
Well, listen. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I think you're an angel, Jular. Right?
Yes.
Let's break this down for a minute here. Are you a sort of like revenant? Are you here for vengeance? Or are you just here to assassinate?
No, I'm here to stop tragedies and catastrophes before they happen. That's why I was sent here.
Well, you kind of failed because shit just happened here.
I know, but it's like on the scale of things, a small tragedy stops a greater one. Really, who's counting?
Did you cause the earlier catastrophe?
Yeah, I did. And I put the crossbow down, I throw it on the bed, and I just kind of put my hands up and walk back with my hands behind my head. I'm just like, I don't know.
Hear me out. I have a way we can fix all of this. It'll fix the tragedy you did here. It'll fix my friend over here so he can actually age and be happy and probably die and won't want to kill millions of people because of the agony he's in. That's about all it'll do. It'll also get me back to where I need to be.
What is this thing? How could you do that? You're like 14.
Okay. I'll have you know, my grandfather has a bunch of notes that were stolen from him by someone who's in the castle right now, or the palais right now. If we find that person and kill him, or at least just, take his notes back, then I can theoretically work on some experimentation to get the process to reverse itself and then do some other stuff and make all those things happen.
So he just
And I just kind of
notes
look
on his person the whole time?
I mean, wouldn't you, with like very informative top secret notes that can cause calamities by temporarily destroying the very fabric of nature itself?
That sounds about right.
Never had that situation before.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, I haven't either personally. It's never been on my wheelhouse. But yeah, so if we can go find him, especially with the chaos going on right now,
How far
well,
back can
I
you
mean,
take us?
I can take you as far back as you would like.
Okay.
Why don't we all take a minute here? And I mean exactly 1 minute, because I'm going to cast a spell. Augury.
Well, thank you for letting us know.
Um, I need Matt to make a roll of 1d4 to see if it's good or not.
Okay.
I'm going to ritual cast this. And I want to like
Okay.
pull Sirius aside as I'm doing it. And nice.
This is bad.
I'm gonna pull Sirius aside. And speaking in private, he says he's an angel, and by the looks of him, I believe him. You?
It's concerning, but I'm open-minded to the idea that he is how he speaks. And
We're not so different, you know?
that is true. I mean, we've been through some strange things. I mean, this one is pretty up here so far. The amount of things that happened overnight.
I think if he was in our shoes and him ours, I think it would not be right for him to stop us on our mission. And I think that is now the justice we should give him. I think maybe we should let him take this kid.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna walk back over, however long it takes me to cast that spell. But
Okay.
the whole time
So
I'm casting it, I'm talking serious.
the roll in the thing is bad. I
Yes.
didn't roll that because it says I got to roll in secret. Didn't know
Yeah.
that. That's my bad. I rolled it in secret.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna go back over to Jular. Jular, you seem to be a man of conviction, and although your means of doing your job are quite questionable, I think you should finish your task at hand.
Like
I'm
shoot
gonna
the
give you
kid?
guidance again. Yeah, I'm gonna pat you on the back. Guidance. I think you should do it. I think it's the right thing for you to do. I've consulted with my brother, and this is what I would advise you do, Jular.
Okay, so above the table, asking Matt, if I don't do this, if I like cut the string on the crossbow, and basically like put the phone down, if I stop answering the phone, what's gonna happen? Like majorly, is there like, am I gonna like break my break my thing with my patron?
Well, that's the thing is like what like so this is a dialogue, right? Like if you're going as serious as cutting your bowstring, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you switching classes? Are you like what are you thinking the ramifications are going to be?
I think, God.
Like from gameplay, what are you trying to do?
Well, I wouldn't mind like nothing changing gameplay wise, like like class or stuff like that. But
Mhm.
it seems like it's a very like, because I don't want to kill this kid. I think Jular does not. He's so hung up. He's like, he doesn't. I don't want to kill this kid because he's a fucking kid and he's just sitting there eating a lollipop. He's sucking on a fucking lollipop. He doesn't want. He doesn't want to kill this kid. It seems crazy that like now that like this kid would do something crazy, and kill hundreds of thousands of people, and there's no proof. Like he's been going through life and just kind of accepting what he has to do. But
Mhm.
I think now this is such an extreme example. It's a fucking hippopotamus kid eating a lollipop, and he's like, my name's Delisle. That's all he does. And it's like, this guy is going to go crazy, and he's going to kill 100,000 people. I think either just, like, saying no, or if it has to be something to the extreme of, like, cutting the string on the crossbow, then I'm okay with that. And I'm okay with whatever you think that would entail. That's my intention. I want Jular to change his outlook on his patron and think, this is baloney. I don't want to do this anymore because this kid is clearly innocent. And he's having sort of a crisis of faith. Literally. Even though it's 100% real.
Okay. You cut the bowstring. You cut the bowstring. You tell me you're cutting the bowstring. Or what you're doing to the bow. Tell me what you're doing.
I think during this time, Jular was just holding the crossbow at Delisle's face, and I'm assuming Delisle just doesn't know, or he's just so ambivalent he doesn't care. And he's like, Jular is obviously like shaking, sweating. He's in distress. Everyone around him is like either like don't or do. I'm assuming Octavio is saying don't.
I mean, yeah, Octavio's like literally next to the kid, like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, so I think the juxtaposition of Delisle, like nothing behind the eyes stare, and Jular like not even overthinking, just like having a breakdown at this moment, is just gonna get the crossbow and just rip it in half, and it turns into like magic dust, and then whatever happens from there happens from there.
Okay. In terms of items that you want, are you wanting to keep a crossbow? Like, what do you want to be your packed weapon?
I'll keep a crossbow, or I'll just keep a bow. I'll just keep a very simple bow, like a very simple short bow, like one that I would use to like hunt back with Celeb, my frogman.
Okay, so you rip this crossbow in half. You feel this pressure from your hands, and like it's like you're pushing against two walls that are collapsing in on you, and you keep pushing, and like you can't help yourself, but these walls, these invisible walls, keep pushing in and pushing in and pushing, and your hands are back together, and you're holding this gargantuan Dracota bone, and the line that goes from the top of the bone to the bottom of the bone to make itself a giant bow is pitch black, and it's a little furry.
Okay, I'm gonna sling it on my back. I'm gonna get down. How tall is Delisle?
It's maybe 3 feet tall.
I'm gonna get on my knees and just embrace him in a hug. And if I can set a new pact with Delisle, I want to say I will hold my entire life to protect you from everything that comes against you. You deserve the best. You are only a child, even though you are 600 years old. My life is yours. And he's just gonna hug Delisle.
Delisle is going to hug you back, but then like with his lollipop hand, he's gonna like reach around and like give it a few licks behind your head.
I think Jular's gonna laugh, hearing the stickiness behind his ear. He's just gonna laugh and just hold him tighter.
He's gonna say, "All right then, I've never had someone down. All right then, I've never had someone down to me, but I guess there's a first time for everything." And sort of waddle back, and like sit on the bed and like, you know, keep sort of playing around and looking at you guys sort of blankly. Do you guys have any other business that you're trying to attend to this session?
Well, I'm looking at the brothers now, like, what's their reaction to what just happened, essentially? They just straight up told him to kill the kid, and then he did this, so I want to see what they're what's going on there.
There's kind of a look of disgust upon Luca. Like this holy religious man turning against his god, his patron, you know? It's kind of like a...
Alright, right. Then in that case, Octavio's just eating it all up. He's just he's like trying to not smirk and cackle to himself.
think the only thing else I would like to talk to Sirius and like kind of like leave the room.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I got message.
Yeah.
I can use message.
No, we're leaving the room. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. If you'll excuse us, we'll leave.
Yeah.
Close the door. Take a few steps. Turn around. What do you think of that?
It is pretty bizarre, but does it say that these are different customs to us? What are your thoughts?
In all honesty, it couldn't have been me. If Mother would have told us, kill the kid, I would have. But it is a different religion, one that I don't agree with. And I think honestly, kind of eye-opening, especially knowing what you need to do. Would you have done it?
I can't say for certainty. Sure, it'd be going against our religion. Then again, why is it that we have to abide to these kinds of rules and sets that are laid out upon what we need to follow? And yet,
It's
sometimes I just think sometimes I think that it's conflicting sometimes. And do you ever sometimes feel like you have to go against what religion, what the people say, versus how you think and how you feel?
never. It's not just our religion, Sirius. It's our mother. You know?
I know what mother says, and what mother says is what mother says. And it's never a good thing to go against her wishes.
And don't forget, we have a task at hand. You've got your fate, and I've got to prepare you for it.
Try to have a
Because
clear mind next time.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna point to my head, and a halo is gonna appear on my head. We've got a grander fate than most others. Especially you.
I nod to him in silence.
Alright. Halo goes away. We're gonna go back in the room.
Alright, before you guys come back in the room, I'm gonna pull Jalar over towards the window while I'm looking out it. I'm just gonna like stare out the window while I talk to him. So, are you happy with your choice?
Honestly, man, I couldn't be happier.
And
Being an angel's kind of a bunch of bullshit. It sucks. I hated that I had to do all that stuff, but I think now I'm like a new man, you know? Like my energy waves are on point. I think my chakras aligned. I'm staying away from negative energies, so I'm good now.
I'm gonna turn to you with a semi-serious look and go, you know he does have the potential to kill millions. And then turn and walk over to him and sit like on the bed next to him with his little lollipop.
And I'm gonna grab you by the arm before you sit down, and it says, not if he has a strong male figure in his life, and that's gonna be me.
I just crack a big smile and just let out one, of course, and then pull my arm out and like sit on the bed.
Okay.
And then as you guys come back in the room, I'm gonna look at the two of you. Like there's like two kids on a bed with Jular next to us. I'm just gonna go, so about my time information, can we go get that now?
Yeah.
Well, anything else? All right, let's get to it.
Let's.
Okay,
Perfect.
are you gonna see that last well, Tom, or no?
Not this session, no, not yet.
Well,
Okay.
Can I give?
So then
Oh,
I
wait,
think
hold
this is a perfect time to call it, unless. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Chuck, you want to do something?
Well, two things. If we're gonna call it, can I
Yeah.
give Delisle the I'm gonna say it's like an action figure of the Mecha Dracozoid.
The Dracotazoid?
Yeah, Mecha Dracotazoid.
I believe the rules are very clear with that. Add a giant mech Dracotazoid into this game. It does not mean it is an immediate discovery or the ownership of the device. It will just exist in the game.
Yeah, I'm down.
Because I have plans for that. I got plans for that. But because that was one thing. What's the other thing you want?
Hold on, master party first. So, do you guys need Delisle for your current adventures, your goings on? Do you need him with you guys?
Not necessarily, but potentially to some degree.
Okay.
I'm concocting potential beats with him in them, idea-wise. If that makes sense.
Yes.
I don't know about the other.
Above table. I won't be here next session, so I was gonna take Delisle fishing. Out by the river. Is that cool with you guys?
Fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Then.
Okay. Okay, cool. I think we can call it there, you guys. Another session in the bag.
Another session in the back.
That's 2 down.